Okay, so Sam won 10 of 13 on her fucking Oscar.
Nice. Wow, not bad. Nice.
Literally. She was talking to me before the thing as if she was I didn't know she was potentially a member of the Academy when I got engaged to her. That's how she was talking. I know who's going to do this. I'm like, are you betting on this? She was like, no. I was like, well, if you are this confident, which you do seem, I'm not a person that reads into stuff, but I like to read humans, and if they're confident or not, you seem very confident, you should bet on it. And she was like, where? I told her my bookie, obviously. She goes on there, she places 13 bets, and she was 8 for 8. She was like on a run, like 8 for 8 early. And I was like,
nice.
God damn. Like I was like getting excited. I'm like, holy shit, like Sam really fucking knows like what's going on here. I think she bet I don't know what her first loss was. I think it might have been Bradley Cooper. Rami might have been her first loss. I don't remember what it was. I sent out a tweet though congratulating him. His speech. I said his speech was awesome, which it was. And then I didn't even realize that he beat Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
So I deleted the tweet. I'm like, no. Like, I didn't even realize till people started tweeting me like, Bradley should have won.
Yeah, I got into that.
And I was like, I didn't even know he was up for it, to be honest. I think I was taking a shit whenever they were announcing it.
Made me very angry.
I knew nothing about any of that shit there. That's what I realized is I knew nothing about any of that stuff. That Best Actress lady might be my new favorite human on earth.
Yes. She's awesome.
Hey.
She's funny as fuck.
Olivia Colman.
That was the best speech I've probably ever heard of anything else.
Yep.
I think, honestly, best speech I've ever heard.
It might have been the first Oscar speech that wasn't planned, and she just walked up there and talked from. There's no way she thought she was going to win. Too.
No.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga is how she ended it.
When she said to her kids, I hope you're watching this because it's never going to happen again. I lost my shit.
Her speech was not as good as the hair and makeup speech earlier.
Oh, my God.
Goodness.
Savages, bro.
I could have listened to that speech for another fucking half an hour.
Jane, yeah. Who? Jane? No, it's also Oscar at Starbucks barista this morning.
Train wreck for another hour.
They started arguing. She's like, no, you got to read that part. I already said it.
It's in blue. It's yours. You're the only guy up here.
Are we okay with the sound mixing awards and stuff like that?
No, so my issue is this. They wanted to put that in the commercial break.
Yes.
They wanted to. Like a week ago, they were like, you know what? We're going to put it up in commercial break. And then there was a backlash from Hollywood that was like, no, they all are important, which I understand as a person who deals with editors and sound and all this stuff, very much understand and respect the people behind the camera.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a reason they are behind the camera, because when they get right there in front of it, they shit all over themselves. And for me as a viewer, as a person just like Diggs, I loved it. I was like, this is electric. But everybody in the room had to be like, this is our fault. We forced this to happen. We made these people step directly balls deep into their uncomfort area, speak in front of billionaires and also in front of millions watching at home. There had to be that feeling. And then whenever they just cut off the mic, those people are still going to town in that microphone, and everybody in the crowd is like, it was awesome. The Academy were a bunch of savages. I absolutely loved that. I didn't know any of it, though. Honestly, I had no idea. I didn't know any of those motherfuckers.
I only knew like half the movies, probably.
I like Spike Lee, though. I mean,
He's
Spike Lee,
awesome.
First Oscar.
He lost his mind. Samuel L. Jackson goes up there. Not a great reader. Spike Lee.
Not at all.
Well, I think he had like 6 pages and was trying to do what I do, where you read ahead and you know how that works.
It sounded like a history final exam at first, the way he was going with it.
I wanted him to stop and start over because I'm like, this is some epic shit that he's fucking up right now because he's trying to go, he's got that nervous energy. And like you said, he's probably reading one line ahead and kept fucking up.
Yeah, because that speech, potentially a speech that is used for a
long
long time. Like, I don't want to say like the Jimmy V speech because but something along those lines where every single network is going to reference. I'm sure they already did, but he was bumbling, fumbling, stumbling all over it.
He was not happy that Black Klansman didn't win Best Movie. He shit on Green Book.
Yeah, I think he was more pissed that Green Book won.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, the internet. The African American Twitter went to town, went ham on the Green Book. White savior, they said. I didn't get to watch.
Yeah, it came out like right after it. The family of the black guy in it, basically was like, yeah, he wasn't friends with this guy. Like that's complete bullshit. Like apparently, like it's based on a true story. They really did like travel around the South with each other, but like they weren't like buddy. And they obviously, I mean, it took a lot of heat.
But to say that's the best movie, man.
I know. You know what sucks for Spike Lee is he lost for Do the Right Thing like in the 80s. He lost Driving Miss Daisy. And then 20 years later, he loses to a movie that's the opposite casting of Driving Miss Daisy.
That's tough.
That's a real thing.
But he did get an Oscar, right? For
Yeah.
writing,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big deal still, right? I'd assume.
I got into it with people on the internet because I guess they wanted Bradley to win over Rami. But they were mad that because Bradley fucking sang and Rami did not.
Yeah.
But they were mad that he was lip syncing, which is pretending to sing, which is acting. It's not the fucking Grammys. It's acting. Like
I will say this though, I think they should have let off with Jack and Ally, strictly because it's a movie award show, and they actually sang in the movie award in the actual movie that was up for the award.
Correct.
Having Queen, which none of them were in the movie. And then having Adam Lambert,
he sucks.
it was not great. I'm a Lambert guy, by the way. What do you want from me? I'm an Adam Lambert guy, but I just didn't think that made sense. But how quickly has everybody just moved on from having to have a host for any show? Last night, the Oscars was not a good night for comedy, was not a good night for hosts in general, because and now it is like on tape where it's like, yeah, we'll just have a big musical number at the beginning. We'll have a couple people tell some maybe quick jokes, an extended presenter basically, and then we just move on throughout the show. And it was unbelievable how seamlessly the whole show went without a host. This is just like me watching the AAFL where they took off kickoffs, where I'm like, I'm gonna fucking hate that because it's gonna crush kickers. And I watch it, I'm like, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that shit makes sense. And then this one, I'm like, I hope to host something one day like that. And watching, I'm like, oh, getting rid of the host, man, this is not good. I thought Kevin Hart was going to come back. I did it in a group text. I thought
I know you did.
That would have been a huge moment if Kevin Hart just walks out there at the beginning. I mean, that's a massive Oscar moment. Probably standing ovation from the crowd. I assume Kevin Hart would have crushed. But then I start watching it, and then we're just into the awards, and I'm like, oh, they're never going to get a host again. That's great. This is just fucking great. And now that I've become a host, they're not going to get fucking hosts ever again.
It did. It shaved like 45 minutes off the broadcast, probably.
Yeah, it went under.
Yeah.
That was one of the bets that Sam lost. Sam, that was one of the ones she lost. Best Picture was another one she lost. And I think it was Best Actor. But there's never going to be a host again for any fucking award show. Because what happens? Next award show that happens, the host stumbles and bumbles or just is flat or dry just a little bit. The internet's just going to be like, did the Oscars not prove that we don't need a host? Like that's literally what's going to happen.
They did tease it though by putting Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, and Maya Rudolph up front. It's like this is what could have been. You know what I mean? And they're good.
I could watch Amy Poehler and Tina Fey all day long.
They're hilarious.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
big fan.
big fan.
Really?
Like when they do not the Grammys. What's the other one?
Emmys?
Yep. Yeah.
When they do the Emmys before, is Emmys the drinking one?
It's Globes.
Yeah,
Sorry, the
Golden
Globes.
Globes.
They've done the Globes before. I very much enjoy it.
See, I don't think I've ever watched any of those shows, so I'm not sure. I know their prowess and talent in writing and acting and stuff. Hosting, though, I've never seen them. But very positive responses to Tina and
They're always
Amy
Poehler.
Yep.
They crush.
Maya.
Myra.
That three. That even if it's either Amy, they can go in twos, all three of them. But
This is the first time Maya's been tossed in
Correct.
with them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Normally it's those two, and then Maya's with somebody else.
But they do a lot of shit together as a threes.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. But normally Maya's with somebody else, gets brought in to Tina.
With the other skinny blonde.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't pay attention, but I know that strictly from that one where the guy who was the drummer for Seth, or the guitar player for Seth Meyers' late night show for a little bit. He's a weird guy.
Oh, Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen and her did that backstage thing with Che and
Colin Jost.
Jost, yeah. Him, where they did the back and forth, where my favorite bit of any award show is when What's-His-Face goes, "You good?" And that was their entire bit. Was just Fran and Maya going, "You good?" And it was like $1 billion show. And these two are being paid to be here. And he's, "Are you good?" I love that a lot.
I always enjoy seeing Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, how about him and old Dana Carvey?
Dana still had it though. He still sounded like the original Garth.
I think there's a lot of shots that have been put in his face
Yeah.
that made his one cheek sit a little bit hard than the other. Unless there was some medical thing that happened, then I'm a terrible person. I should not talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I was going out there on a limb, but fuck it. I mean, whatever.
It was interesting. Everybody
No one's
noticed.
gonna care
it.
what I say.
Everybody was just looking at his mouth and like, those cheeks. What's going on?
My big takeaway was that Arena, Bradley Cooper, and Lady Gaga are for sure having threesomes. I don't think Bradley and Gaga are by themselves, but I think they're swinging together.
A lot of people were talking about how Arena should have won Best Actor of the Night.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She's very skilled if she's an actress.
That was impressive to watch. It really was. Because if she was to get jealous, then you're questioning the art of acting with Bradley Cooper, right? Who seems to be pretty balls deep in thespianism.
Yes.
Correct.
There's no way that
But
is
hey,
proper what I just
I'd
said.
be like, hey, the movie's over. Like, you don't have to pretend you're in love right now on stage.
And then Lady Gaga just broke up with
Her fiance.
fiance.
She almost went in for the kiss too.
yeah, she wanted it. Like it was natural.
She was not going to break eye contact until he did. I can tell you that. She just held on.
I think she wants Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Who doesn't?
No, granted, I'm not exactly. Guy sounded. Tell me something. He's not supposed to be that good. Professional singers get up on that stage in front of those people and are terrible. I mean, a couple did last night.
Yeah.
During that Oscars.
Who was the cowgirl?
That made no
Jack
sense.
and Allie later.
I thought it was Mason Ramsey's parents at first.
Fuck them. The Jennifer Hudson, terrible. She was screaming at me the entire time.
Apparently, I literally just saw it scrolling through Twitter. Like, she couldn't hear herself. There was an audio issue, apparently.
That makes sense though, because she was a bit loud.
Yeah.
She sounded like that fucking DAZN commercial where Michael Buffer's just yelling because she held a note and it was echoing through the whole goddamn
It's
kitchen.
understandable, though. Like, when we can't hear ourselves,
Agreed.
it's very weird in here.
So I take back what I just said, but Bradley Cooper, I feel like he hit all of his shit that you're supposed to as a singer, and then Gaga is impressive.
Yeah, she is.
Gaga is impressive.
She's a talent.
I thought Bohemian Rhapsody was a better movie than A Star Is Born, strictly because of how slow A Star Is Born. I thought Bohemian Rhapsody had a little bit more, you know? But the Green Book winning, oh my God.
Roma came in second, and I didn't see Roma, but it doesn't look like something I want to see.
Don't even get me started on Roma. I thought Roma was the worst piece of art, or if you can call it that. I watched it yesterday, too, right before. I was like, I'll dedicate myself to Roma. It's supposed to be Best Picture. Turns out, it's terrible, and you shouldn't watch it ever.
Is it captions?
Captions, subtitles, black and white. I mean, come on here.
That's interesting, man. I saw that the homie Smallfoot was on the pre-show.
Oh yeah,
I was a big fan of the homie Smallfoot. I think they did a breakdown of every movie that got released this year.
Yeah.
And I thought they were all the nominees. So like, I was like, oh, I've seen a lot of these movies. Sam was like, these are just movies that happened. I was like, of course, of course. I want to know, did all the favorites win? Is that why Sam knew everything?
no,
No,
not at all.
Green Book was a massive underdog.
But I'm talking Sam with 10 of 13. She didn't get the Green Book. She didn't get the
supporting actress. The favorite was Glenn Close because she had been nominated 7 times and hadn't won yet. So everybody thought it was going to be their year to make things
Okay,
right.
so that's the one she got wrong. She got that one wrong, not the best actor one. She did pull for Rami, who I did not know was from Egypt, by the way.
Nice.
I had no idea. I think he went to University of Evansville, too, here in Indiana at some point, which is crazy.
He's that guy's a talent, man.
Yeah, Mr. Robot Season 1, incredible TV.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. He's really good.
Speaking of impressive, Mahershala Ali, is that his
He's
back?
so
Is that
smooth.
back-to-back Oscars for him in consecutive years?
Year apart.
Year apart.
Yeah.
And he's 2 out of the last 3. He got a trophy, and nobody really knows this guy.
Well, and the community hates him too because Green Book. Well, nobody wanted Green Book to win, so that's like a very difficult scene for Mahershala Ali. I know him from House of Cards, by the way. That's where he was a lobbyist, a great lobbyist back in the day. Great,
good ball player too.
Smooth, attractive man.
Another reason
Good
it was a
ball
long
player,
shot was because the Fairley brother Peter had that scandal where he was showing his dick to everybody on the set.
Yeah, but we're used to that now.
So
Hey, wasn't there another scandal too with?
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody. Their director got
Yeah.
in a bunch of allegations with like sexual assault and stuff like
so
that.
automatically in this day and age, right now in Hollywood especially, I thought, well, those won't get picked because of those scandals. And then lo and behold.
Nice. Nice, Hollywood. Get up on that microphone. Tell me why I'm a terrible person. And have two of your best pictures have sex scandals rocked in them. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Hold on. Hollywood's a weird place.
Oh yeah,
It is a weird place. And it's like there's a double standard. You know what I'm saying?
It's a weird place. Watching, because we watched
they're not real people.
we watched the red carpet. Seacrest is just a tiny little fella, by the way. He was interviewing people, holding that microphone straight up, just like this. I ain't never seen anything like it before. He was like this. I'm like, yo, that guy must be 5'2". He was holding his mic up like this for somebody, and you would think they give him like a box maybe to stand on, which they might. I don't know. I didn't miss. He has his own collection of suits, by the way. He was wearing them last night.
Of course.
Plugged it a couple times. That whole red carpet, the interviews, terrible.
Yeah.
watched
It was so awkward, man.
They're terrible interviews. I'm being forced to watch this thing. I'm like, all right, I'm going to enjoy it at least. The vitamins and I have a conversation. We're like, listen, let's just go ahead. Maybe one day we'll be on this thing. How do we make it better? So then the first minute, I'm like, all right, the interviews are dog shit.
No one holds the mic either, right? Is that a thing I picked up? Like
it's always... It's like
it's
that.
like talking off every
The
time.
whole interview was like, oh, you did good in that.
Because they only give them 2 mics, and then there's always like 3 people
It's all
in
the
the
same.
interview.
It's always you look good. Who are you wearing? How you're proud? Blah blah.
But Seacrest is like the face of Hollywood. I didn't know that. Because that
That's
Hollywood...
on everything.
That's a whole different community over there. And Seacrest was both on ABC and E. He was like the face of Hollywood. I didn't even think about that. How
He's King E.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, well, he actually is because he
Yeah.
started the Kardashian thing. But you think like Mike Tirico, Al Michaels, Rich Eisen, Dan Patrick, sports, right? Like, hey, if people are going to talk, these are the people that are going to talk. Here you go. Hollywood, it's literally Ryan Seacrest is going to be the mouth of the whole thing. So whenever he was getting attacked a couple months ago, not knowing what I know now from observing and watching, it's like everybody's like his friend, like come talk.
Right.
You told me last year this, like he's all the way in. That little scandal he had, if that would have taken him down, Hollywood would have been a bad spot. I mean, bad spot.
I feel like that asshole James Corden would have had to step in.
Oh, he probably is the guy, huh?
I feel like it. I feel like he's just
Or
that.
Guillermo.
He's talented, by the way.
Okay.
Different shows, you know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You know who that is. James Corden, that carpool karaoke is a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to knock him at all, like as a host, because I think his interviewing skills are suspect. I think there's a lot of things we can talk about. But that carpool karaoke, damn near genius. Also, the rap battles that he was getting actors and actresses to do, huge. I enjoy his segments.
Sure.
The show, though, it's tough from beginning to end. It's tough,
very tough.
It's tough to stick through there, but if you catch him the next day on the YouTube, it's a lot better operation.
And Seacrest was just born for it. You know what I mean?
But then
Like,
Dick, what's
he's
his
fun.
face? Give him his whole thing, right?
Yeah,
Dick,
he's the new Dick Clark because that was his protege, right?
yeah, Dick Clark, I think, just gave him like the keys to the kingdom, basically.
Well, and then he got
Yeah.
American Idol, and American Idol blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and then he started the
Yeah,
Kardashians.
and now he hosts, and he's on. I don't know if was
He
he on
owns a lot of
Was he
shit.
on Kiss before
Yes,
American Idol?
L.A. He was L.A.'s Kiss FM, so he was pop music in L.A. The voice of it. I mean, that's a
everything.
good
He
start.
still is, though, I think.
Yeah, I think
is.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Still is. But he's got the morning show,
Yeah,
too.
he has a morning show.
Hardest working man in the biz,
does the
they
weekend,
say.
yeah.
Hardest working man in the biz, Ryan Seacrest.
You can't watch anything that comes on E and his name's not in the credits. As you know.
Yeah, what is it?
major
Kelly
part
and
of it.
Ryan, too, right? Isn't he with Kelly Ripa, too?
Yeah.
By
That's
the way,
that show.
you brought up the Kardashians, and they've been in the news a lot lately.
A lot going on with the
And so that whole thing happened with,
Tristan.
yeah, and the Sasquatch one.
He watches.
But anyways, the whole, and of course, my girlfriend watches it, and she brings it up, and she's like, "Can you believe this shit?" And my first question was, "When's the new season come out?" And she goes, "It's actually this week." And I'm like, "Thank you." It's fucking
Yeah, it's Kris Jenner. That's what Kris Jenner does. The
Machine.
devil works hard. Kris Jenner works harder. That lady will not stop until she's a billionaire, and it's going to be soon. I think it's going to be soon. One of her daughters.
people are still buying it.
Everybody. What are you talking about? People are still buying it. I mean,
I'm
that
not
thing,
buying it.
That thing took over Twitter. That was all
I
over
know.
Twitter. Look, Todd
Still,
knows. Todd
still,
knows.
I know.
Yeah.
Todd McComas, 40-some-year-old white guy in Indiana, 21 years state police officer, Marine. knows exactly that Tristan Thompson fucked over Chloe with Kylie's best friend, who all just so happen to be under contract with Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
He just knows that because he wanted to know how it would affect the Cleveland Cavaliers money line.
You degenerate fuck. Not a bad play, though, by the way. He might be a little bit more focused on basketball now that he's got the whole world coming against him, like
That's
Kobe,
true. That's
Michael Jordan, all these people, and there's outside distractions. Normally, they dial in a little bit.
Yeah.
Not saying that Tristan's good at basketball, but what a wild scene it is over there. Yeah, they're incredible. They're great promoters. She's the female Vince McMahon.
Yes.
That's what she's.
Easily.
That's exactly what she is.
I assume the Kardashians will become a public traded company at some point. I am being serious when I say that, and I think she'll cash out for probably $5-6 billion. And that's just how it goes. You had a question, though.
I did. Lady Gaga, who I love. Don't
Gaga.
get me wrong. I mean, I'd go see her in concert. If she came to Indianapolis,
Yeah, but you'd crush.
I would go. I love watching her. But I've seen her on other award shows, and it's like, hon, you've been at the top of your game for a lot of years. Don't act so surprised that you win these awards.
Oh,
It's
you're
just
saying everybody's saying it was fake.
oh my God.
I saw the Rappaport today.
She's emotional.
Mike
I get
Rappaport.
it, but, you know.
Michael
you're
Rappaport.
Gaga.
Michael Rappaport was like, it's a fake. Who's a bigger fake crier or somebody else? And I didn't even think that people were thinking she was being a fake crier. I think she's just a dramatic person.
I agree.
Very,
yeah.
extremely.
Well, also the love of her life is sitting with
Yes.
his wife. So
How about
that's
she
a little
say,
upsetting.
I love this person. I love this person. I love this person, Bradley. I couldn't have done the song without you. In her head, she said, I love you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then she,
Thank you
then
for
she,
pointing that out.
Then she
Yeah.
saw Irina. It was like, bitch. Couldn't have done this without you.
That was the biggest tell of the night
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
it was. I think she's dramatic, though.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, I saw when Ryan Seacrest was interviewing the Queen, the band of Queen, not Rami, the band of, in the movie. The actors in the movie that played the band.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
He was talking to
Because
them.
the band was there all night.
Yeah,
For a lot of
they
the
look like
time.
they're fresh out of the wig party, by the way. Hey, that motherfucker looks like Washington back in the day. He's about to walk in the Senate and bang some hammers around. That shit was wild. That guy's hair is next level. But the actors of those guys, the actors of the band that aren't getting any love, there's like 4 of them. And Ryan Seacrest, 1 microphone, by the way, 4 of them. So you know how it went.
Yep.
Technically terrible. But he asked them, what's the big takeaway from the night? And a lot of them, the 2 of them said, it just means that it's all over. Like, this is the end of it. Like, this is the end of Bohemian Rhapsody. So this is like the end of these guys' greatest run of their life. I assume Gaga feels the exact same way. Like, this is the end of Jack and Allie. Like, this is a huge moment of my life, and this is the end of it because it's over. It's just like a stand-up comedian that puts a story on a special. It's over. This thing's over. You can't work with it anymore. You can't fine-tune it. You can't change it. It's over. It's on to greener pastures. Lady Gaga probably felt a little upset. That
It's like the end of a season. It's like the end of a sports season.
yeah, but those players are coming back. A lot of them. These ones, who knows if Gaga will ever be in a movie that big or awesome ever again.
Yeah.
No, those actors in the band of Bohemian Rhapsody, half of them ain't ever going to be seen again. This is it. They're enjoying the fuck out of the the gift bag from the Oscars. This shit ain't happening again.
Fun fact, one of those actors is the little kid, the boy from the original Jurassic Park. Little fun fact
really?
for you.
Yeah, as I say, you never know. Look at Cooper. I mean, he was sacking people, sack lunch there for a while, and then a couple years later, he's one of the
Tweet-
biggest actors on the planet.
That tweet did well for me.
Yeah,
Tweet did well for me. And I didn't
sack. She'll call you.
I didn't even realize until after I sent it how clever it was. I didn't even realize. I said just a couple years ago, Bradley Cooper was stealing children's money for an Epic Vegas trip. Now he's stealing the show with Lady Gaga. So 2 times saying the stealing word in there. Didn't even think about it. Like when I it wasn't until after I put it out and I saw it going, I was like, oh, that's incredibly clever. I was just so high. I was like, oh, let me just show that I'm watching this thing. And I was like, oh, good for me putting the 2 stealings in there. Look at me go.
So this is
It's true though.
Yeah, it is.
Bradley Cooper was typecasted there for a little bit, I assume, and then he kind of made his own lane. I had no idea that A Star Is Born. This is the 4th one though. I had no
Yes.
clue that this is 4 of them. 4 of them.
he made his way out of that typecast in the
4 of them. You told me 3 yesterday, and then my fucking Academy girlfriend was like 4. And I was
Wow.
like, wow, you got it. But Streisand crossed yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who's that other one?
Bette Midler.
The witch. She was one of the witches.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Bette
good
Midler.
call.
Well,
Jack
Sam made me watch
Nicholson
that for
movie.
the first time.
No, this is the second
Hocus
time B
Pocus,
Coop,
or-
his acting partner, has got more praise than he has in an Oscar-nominated movie. Because what was the one with Jennifer Lawrence?
Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah, but the holder is just as important as the kicker.
Yep.
Hey, I
Nobody
agree.
knows. I thought he did an incredible job.
I do.
I did too.
I mean, it's like a Leo situation. He had to wait a really long time
Correct.
before he got his first one, so it'll happen eventually.
Do you think that's like an inside joke with the Academy? Like, hey, these people, Leo, Cooper, that close little lady, like, yeah, let's. This is something that people talk about. Let's deliberately fuck over this guy.
Well, I think sometimes it's like they end up giving him they give him an Oscar for something they didn't deserve it for, just as like we're sorry that it took this long
Like the
for us to
remnant.
actually give
It's
you
like
one.
a life award.
Right,
It's
like-
like a life
That's
achievement.
what I was
Yeah.
thinking was going to happen with Samuel L. Jackson because he's never won one. So I could see them giving him
Spike
some
Lee?
type of like lifetime achievement award.
Spike Lee.
No, Samuel L.
Oh, I didn't even know Samuel other than announcing it. Oh, you said he's never won
He's
an Oscar?
never won one.
So you just thought last night they were just going to pop
Well,
off?
he was up there presenting. It popped in my mind. I was like, has he ever won one? I Googled it. No, he hadn't. So I'm thinking like down the road at some point I could see them doing that,
okay.
like giving him the lifetime
Yeah.
award.
He's gonna stop doing shitty movies.
Samuel Jackson was
Well, no. He picks. He does every single movie that's put in front of him.
He's a working actor, you know?
Yeah.
The Aquafina,
Love her. I love her.
I think I'm a fan of hers
Yeah.
as well. She's
She's
drinking
funny,
out of
man.
her purse.
That was awesome.
I didn't like her that much last night, but in Crazy Rich Asians, I believe this is the name, Crazy Stupid something. Watch that movie. Great in that movie.
Crazy Stupid Love, different movie. Crazy Rich Asians, definitely a movie that was talked
great.
about by Ryan Seacrest and many Asians on the red carpet. Did not ask any of the white people about Crazy Rich Asians. It's kind of interesting to me. But Ryan Seacrest had a good beard. I don't know if anybody saw it. His beard was, I mean, I think old Cuzzy came in, Balance the barber came in. I think he sprayed it down. It looked like he potentially sprayed it down. I enjoyed the Oscars, though. I was forced to watch it. Definitely forced to watch
That is
it.
a nice beard.
Cruel and unusual punishment at points for how terrible a lot of things were. There was a lot of really bad moments in there.
I would be a fan for
Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, yes.
She dominated. There is a lady that can turn a situation that's monotonous, terrible, boring, nobody wants to hear, and made it magical. I don't even know who the guy was next to her,
Was
but
it Paperboy?
good for him, too.
I didn't see. I'm not sure.
Good for him, too. I mean, that guy bought in full character. Melissa McCarthy went out there and dominated.
she's
that
so
little
funny.
bunny, I was dying. She did it for high people. I know she did it for me. And then the back of that dress had a bunch of I am on record as saying I'm a big Melissa McCarthy fan.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I've watched
She's
The
awesome.
Boss. I think she is
them all.
genuinely a funny person. I've not seen that most recent one, though. The serious one.
Yeah, please
Yeah, I haven't
forgive me.
either.
Yeah, please forgive me or something like that. It's supposed to be pretty good. I watched the first scene. She chugs a glass of whiskey on the rocks. Somebody behind her goes, "You're not supposed to drink on the job." And she goes, "Well, fuck whoever said that." And turns around, it's her boss. So she chugs it, throws the ice into the trash can and puts her cup into her briefcase and then walks out. And that's how the movie starts. I'm like, I'm going to come back to this one. I think this could be a good one. It was going to be a sleeper for me. I like Melissa McCarthy a lot, though. That needed to be said.
Very, very funny.
Yep.
Jennifer Lopez still very hot.
Yep.
How old is she?
50.
Hey, A-Rod's an interesting dude,
Why
man.
were they there?
She was a presenter.
Yeah, I know that, but like, why?
Hey,
I couldn't
A-Rod's-
find someone else who was.
A-Rod's an interesting cat, though. His
Yeah.
face looks like he's just kind of, like
Confused,
Will
I think.
Ferrell talks about his impression of George Bush, and he said when I do George Bush, my face just has no idea what the brain and mouth are saying, so they just don't match up with each other. And he said he feels as if there's something that happens from brain to mouth where something gets lost. And he said that's my impression. A-Rod, it looks like his face has no idea what's going on. Like his reactions, he's like smiling
He's
and
a
like,
robot.
yeah, exactly. He's like he's bebopping, like, and then he was telling J-Lo he wanted to stand at the next spot on the red carpet. It was just. A-Rod's an interesting. I don't think I fully understand the A-Rod.
I don't think anyone does.
He fits in Hollywood because he's also not a fucking real human.
There not a lot of real humans out there. That lady who won Best Actress, real human.
Real human.
You could really shows. He should have wore black, by the way, with her dress. I think. I mean, if we're going to go red carpet fashion diving, she wore like a disco ball,
Right.
and he wore white.
Correct.
Think you should have went with black.
I agree.
Personally, just make it look a little bit better in my eyes. But hey, who am I to judge billionaire A-Rod? I'm not.
I
didn't know
thought Jason
anything.
Momoa had the best suit.
Oh,
That
yeah.
fucking
was
match,
wild.
the matching
Wild,
scrunchie
dude.
was awesome.
Oh,
Did
my
you see him when he
God.
put it on? Oh, there was an after party. He put it on, and it was the most perfect ponytail I think I've ever seen in my entire life. He's dating
What a stud.
Kravitz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
ex-wife.
Zoe, that's his ex-wife?
Lenny Kravitz's ex-wife, yeah.
No, it's his
Lenny
daughter.
Kravitz's
His daughter.
You're unbelievable.
That he's dating?
You're unbelievable.
No, he's dating his ex-wife.
No, that's Lisa Bonet.
Yeah, that's who he was with. Lisa Bonet.
That lady is his daughter.
No, Zoe.
Is his daughter.
Yeah.
Lenny
Not
Kravitz.
Lisa.
Lisa Bonet's his ex-wife.
He was with Lisa Bonet last night.
There we go. I heard the name Zoe Kravitz though, for sure. In the post thing, while he's standing with her, Zoe Kravitz was said. So maybe
Yeah.
the people at E need to apologize.
I got to apologize to Zito. I thought that was Zoe Kravitz sitting next to him on stage.
Yeah, turns out
That's his wife.
it's Lisa Bonet.
Bonet.
Holy crap!
Ramsey.
Well, she's a lot older than him, right?
Very older.
Yes.
Yeah,
She looks great.
yeah.
Lord.
I was.
Take it easy, Gorm.
I'm just saying. I thought it was the daughter.
Story about his suit though.
Hey, Aquaman.
She's 51.
Aquaman will come in and flip you in fucking half. What a human he is.
Yeah.
And that flow is incredible.
Yeah.
A story about that suit though. The guy who made it died 2 days after.
After he made the suit?
Yeah, so it was it's like the designer,
Are you
whoever
serious?
that guy is.
That
Yeah,
thing's gonna be worth a fuck. If I assume it's a famous.
it's a very
designer.
famous designer. Yeah.
You should have heard Cuzzies on the TV talking about these people's design. Lady Gaga had a $30 million
Yep.
thing on her chest.
Tiffany's.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As a guy who stopped at Tiffany's looking at engagement rings, they are known for overpriced diamonds. I will let that be known. But yeah, she had a $30 million thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about old buddy from Pittsburgh, black guy who had the dress on? Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I did see. I did not know who he was or
Right.
that he was from there, but I did see the picture.
He's from Pittsburgh. Billy Roberts, I think is his name. He's from Pittsburgh. They did an interview with him.
Fashion capital of the world.
Well, and he said, shout out Pittsburgh. And I was like, they were talking about how he won the night. And I was like, yeah, that's what we
That
do.
makes
He was stunting.
That's what we
In
do.
that dress, he was stunting out there.
I thought it was going to be just like for instance, if we ever get on one of these carpets, somebody wants to wear a dress like the Cuzzy did, it should just be a snap off
There
with
it is.
pants on underneath, right? You just put that thing around because I don't know how they fit in any of those fucking chairs. I've been to a movie theater. I've been to a theater. Those are tiny little seats. Those people have heaping dresses. How do they fit into the fucking thing?
I think they're
great
tiny
question.
little people.
And what is it, 3 hours and 23? They are tiny little people. Seacrest, though, was holding that. Seacrest was holding that thing up. They are probably little tiny little people.
Yeah.
Hollywood's a weird place.
Very weird place, man.
Very weird place. What would have won for you, Ty? What would have been best picture?
I personally would have given it to A Star Is Born.
Really?
Yeah.
How come? Because it had everything that you say it needed to have?
Well, I feel like that had it was like kind of not middle America, but like more people saw that. I guess maybe Bohemian Rhapsody, but I also think it's very hard to direct, act, and I think all like the roles in it were perfect.
So Bradley Cooper directed that thing, which means he's behind camera setting up cameras?
Right, he's setting up the scene every single time, and then getting in front of the camera and acting.
Ugh.
That's
That's a lot of fucking work.
Like
Yeah.
guitar.
And singing and playing the guitar.
Tell me something, girl.
Also, Diggs mentioned earlier, he used to be like an alcoholic, and I feel like it's very hard to like. It's very noticeable if you're acting drunk and it doesn't like seem genuine. Like he seemed like a fucking booze hound the entire time.
You guys letting people in here? This isn't your type of place. They got alcohol? Yeah, it's my type of place. Is this am I hallucinating? That is one of the first scenes.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the candidness of it. I just thought it was a little slow. That was a little slow.
Do you think like he's going to step off the megastar super train because his mentor's Clint Eastwood, right? He's in Clint Eastwood movies. Clint Eastwood started. You got that point. He just started making every movie he was in. He was the director and
Yeah,
the
they do
lead.
passion projects.
Yeah. So do you think this is what he's going to start doing, Ty?
hope so.
Not necessarily.
He
'cause
said he's got another one on deck.
like he will, but I don't think he's gonna do like Eastwood picks one. You know, like I think he's still gonna act quite a bit. Like I don't think he's gonna switch over to where he's only directing the stuff that he's in.
Bradley, they said this was a passion project for you. Do you know what you're going to do next? Said Ryan Seacrest. Bradley goes, I do. Well, are you going to share with that? No.
That honestly bothered me.
Yes.
That
sure
literally
it did.
bothered me.
It was very tough to understand. I mean, it makes no sense. Put a
Boom
fucking
mic.
lav on the guy.
Yeah.
Or just hand them a mic. They know how to fucking
No, they
use
do
the mic.
that, but then they have like 5 guys and they all have to split
yeah,
a
yeah,
mic.
yeah.
It's the dumbest thing.
It's very tough. I mean, this is the awards for putting together production and shit. and it's the worst produced thing. This has always been my question about these things. How can it be so bad when you have so many entertaining? It's because they're all in this audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the amateurs like the AAFL are playing quarterback. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.